Hello everyone, my name is Annisa Rahmawati with the name 33220122 and my class is 331B07. Part 1. Read this story correctly. Baby Caterpillar was tired. All summer long she had been traveling slowly through the green world where she lived and feeding on the green leaves that grew near her home. Now autumn had come and Mother Nature had given a holiday to the leaves, who put on their new dresses of red and gold and played tag with the breezes. Baby Caterpillar wanted to play too, but couldn't run so fast as the happy little leaves. She grew very tired and thought she would take a nap. So she found a cozy place among the branches of a grapevine and made herself a soft, silky blanket. Then she rolled herself away within it, and then in her queer little cradle went to sleep. One night, late in the fall, Jack Frost came over the hill. He spied the cradle swinging to and fro and began to play rolling with it, for he is a roguish little fellow and touched everything that comes in his way. But the warm blanket hid the little sleeper so that Jack couldn't find her. By and by, King Winter came, bringing beautiful snow blankets to Mother Nature's flower babies. He gently rocked the cradle as he passed and whispered, "Sleep, baby, sleep. You have no need of my blankets." At last, spring came with the sunbeams, the best and merriest of Mother Nature helpers. They awoke the flowers from their long winter nap and called to the birds and the brooks to begin their songs. When they came to the little brown cradle, they stopped to rest, and Baby Caterpillar began to get very warm under the thick blanket. She woke up, stretched herself, and her cradle broke, and she came out to greet the spring. But what a change! Instead of the old dingy dress that she went to sleep in, she now had a beautiful yellow one. And instead of crawling among the leaves, she flew up and away into the sweet spring air to play with the sunbeams and flowers. And the little children called her a butterfly. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He could chuck, he would, as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He could chuck he would as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Can you can into an uncanny can like a cannot can into an uncanny can? Can you can a can into an uncanny can like a canner can into an uncanny can? Can you can a can into an uncanny can like a canner can into an uncanny can?
Ambilin semprotan dong. Awas hindi.
Silly, swiftly, shoot, seven, silly sheep. The seven silly, shoot, silly, sailed south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a sheep. Silly, swiftly, shoot, seven silly sheep. The seven silly sheep, silly shoots, sailed south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a sheep. Silly swiftly shoots seven silly sheep. The seven silly sheep, silly shoots, silly south. The sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot.
Huh?
All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot. All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot. And the coldest frost, the softest breeze, and loudest boats. He trusts his fist against the post, and still insists he sees the ghost. I miss the coldest frost, the sharpest breeze, and the loudest boast. He thrusts his fist against the post, and still insists he sees the ghost. I miss the coldest frost, the sharpest breeze, and the loudest boast. He thrusts his fist against the post, and still insists he sees the ghost. And thank you for your kindness attention. I'm sorry if there is any mistake. Goodbye.